Imagine waking up after surgery, and suddenly knowing things you never learned. A name. A street you've never been to. A craving for a food you've never liked. This is the story of Claire Sylvia, the woman who claimed her new heart came with someone else's memories. This isn't fiction. This is real. So, the question is, can our memories survive in our organs? Claire Sylvia was a dancer. Vibrant. Healthy. But in 1988, her heart failed. Doctors gave her a second chance, a heart and lung transplant from a young donor. The operation saved her life. But what happened next, no one could explain.
The moment I woke up, I wanted a beer. A chicken nugget. I don't even like beer.
She started craving junk food. She suddenly walked with more swagger. And then, the dream started. A young man, rough around the edges, riding a motorcycle. His name, Tim. Claire couldn't shake the feeling that she knew him. One day, out of curiosity, she searched obituaries from the day of her transplant. She found a match, Tim L., an 18-year-old boy who had died in a motorcycle crash, the same day her new heart arrived. Claire's story is extraordinary, but it's not alone. In another case, an 8-year-old girl received the heart of a murdered child. After the surgery, she began having recurring nightmares of the murder itself, including specific details. Details that later helped police catch the killer. Coincidence? This brings us to a radical theory, cellular memory. The idea that memories, emotions, preferences, can be stored in the cells of our body, not just in the brain. That's impossible, science says. But maybe, it's not. Inside your body are billions of cells. In your heart alone? Over 40,000 neurons, literal brain-like cells, forming a small nervous system inside your chest. This is called the intrinsic cardiac nervous system, and it can sense, remember, even learn. In fact, your gut also has over 500 million neurons, the enteric nervous system, often called your second brain. So if the brain isn't the only place that stores emotion, could an organ, like a heart, carry fragments of who you are? Mainstream doctors disagree. They say memory is stored in synapses, the connections between neurons in the brain. Cases like Claire's? They call them confabulations, false memories created by the mind under stress or suggestion. But what if the patterns are too specific? One man claimed he suddenly became obsessed with classical music after a liver transplant. Another claimed she developed new handwriting, matching her donors. A woman who never liked spicy food, suddenly couldn't get enough after her kidney transplant. Too many cases. Too much consistency. Too much weirdness. In Eastern traditions, the heart is not just a pump, it's the seat of the soul. In Chinese medicine, the heart holds shen, your spirit. The liver stores anger, the lungs carry grief. The body remembers what the mind forgets. These aren't just poetic metaphors. They're frameworks thousands of years old. And modern stories like Claire's are starting to make the West wonder. What if they were right? What if your identity is scattered across every cell? Not just locked away in the brain? Claire went on to write a book, A Change of Heart. In it, she talks about how she felt Tim's energy inside her. How she honored his memory through art, food, and even personality traits. She wasn't trying to be dramatic. She just felt it. Deep down. In her chest. Science may never fully prove or disprove her claims. But one thing is clear. When we talk about heartbreak, gut feelings, having heart, we may be speaking more literally than we think. What do you think? Do organs hold memory? Or are we just seeing patterns in pain?